going on. Can y'all hear me? I don't think my live is working properly. This is crazy. This is so crazy. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did it even play my intro? Y'all, this is so weird. I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm like, what's going on y'all side? Because my side is just like, what's tea? Y'all, I've tried to start this live 3 times. Took me almost 30 minutes. That was just the weirdest thing. I think I need to update the system or something like that. So it doesn't. I don't think the intro played. No, it didn't. It didn't. Let me run that back. Hold on, I'll be back. Because we're not about to skip the intro. Absolutely not. Hold on, wait a minute. Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it. Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of. Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you. Okay, so I'm back. I don't know what happened. My system did give me a little notification telling me to update, but I was like, I don't got time for that. It just randomly needs an update. And I'm just like, dang. So I guess it's me. I don't know. But thank you for joining me tonight because I wanted to talk about this Keke Palmer situation. And I've been trying to warn y'all about Keke Palmer for a minute now. 7 months ago, I told y'all, well, first I got quiet because I was loud and I was defending her. And then I got quiet because I was like, this is not what we think this is. So a lot of you are like, why would she platform Johnathan Majors? Keke Palmer has said some very problematic things in past interviews. I mean, she went on the Breakfast Club. She was defending R. Kelly. That's crazy. That's that. Then if you just listen to some of her other interviews too, like just how she views men in relationships. Girl, I did a whole breakdown about that. Maybe I need to create a Keke Palmer playlist. And it's crazy because on this channel, I have defended Keke on several occasions. Like I did a whole breakdown when it came to Trey Songz. Then when the allegations came out about her baby daddy abusing her, I defended her then. And then this is when I started to shut up. This is when I started to shut up seven months ago. So let me go ahead and let's just go down the I gotta go back before I can go forward. And the girls were mad at me because they like, not Keke Palmer. And I'm like, yes, Keke Palmer. So let me show you. Because I tried to warn y'all here. I was like, y'all, it ain't what you think. It ain't what you think. This is when she got back with her baby daddy. And remember when I was telling y'all she was back with her baby daddy? I was telling y'all she was back with her baby daddy. And people were like, no, she's not. Why would you say that? I'm like, girl, she is back with her baby daddy.
Past relationship. So the book was titled I Don't Belong to You, and it reads this right here.
Hold on, let me see.
It is. It's questionable just how all of this kind of played out
But what's even more questionable was I told y'all not that long ago that Keke Palmer admitted that she used to beat her ex-boyfriend, and it was in her book.
Wiggins, whom shared the leaked information that we covered yesterday, he's unearthed an excerpt from Keke's book where she admitted to being abusive in a past relationship. So the book was titled I Don't Belong to You, and it reads this right here. As my resentment grew, my darkness started showing up. Old bad habits, defense mechanisms, hurt people. Sometimes I went off on him just to get a rise out of him. I couldn't express my pain, and the fact that he couldn't see I was hurting caused me, I think, to subconsciously show him through making him feel that same hurt. And just like that, our relationship became physically and emotionally abusive, and mostly on my part. Sometimes we think only guys can be abusive, and it's not true. Things can get out of hand for anyone when you have feelings you ain't dealt with. There was one time in the middle of the night when we got into a crazy fight. I should say morning because it was like 3 a.m. and I wanted him to leave. He wouldn't, and he wouldn't let me leave. I was texting my best friend, Jamie, the whole time, and like in a movie, she hopped out of her bed without question and came to pick me up. He left when he realized I'd called her to come, but when she dropped me off the next morning, he somehow was right on the couch. He never hit me, but we fought for the first time 2 years of living together. I started to feel so ashamed, as if I was turning into the monster that I promised myself I would never become. This wasn't me. Who was this? How did I end up on this end of it? How? I thought to myself. By the third year, I told myself I couldn't be that person anymore. If that's what this relationship brought out of me, I didn't want it. I was tired of feeling like he was my responsibility, and the fact that our relationship had become codependent in every area. Now let's look at some comments on this post. So this person says, survive.
So y'all know how this interview about to go, right? Y'all know how this interview is about to go. You already know she has a history with being the abuser in the relationship. Come on. I think she titled this interview Accountability. Hold on, let me go see. Let me pull up the file here. Man. And listen, another reason why I think Keke Palmer is doing this interview is because she wants her fans. She wants her fans, and y'all already know what I'm going to say. If you know me, then you know. She wants her fans to welcome back her baby daddy through forgiveness. So she is warming you up with the Johnathan Majors interview, bringing this conversation, including her own struggles. So then she can slide in that baby daddy. Y'all know that's what this is all about, right? So that's why when I saw it, I was like, girl, why? That's what this is about. Let me see if I can find it. That's what it's all about to boil down to. Oh, no, that's not it. That is the wrong video.
So this is not an April Fool's joke. Keke Palmer will be having Johnathan Majors on her podcast titled Accountability and Moving Forward with Johnathan Majors. I blame a lot of people.
Let's highlight the moving forward part. Moving forward? Really? Keke, that is such an interesting title. So do you want us to move forward with your baby daddy putting his hands on you? See, this is my thing, y'all. If you and your baby daddy is duking it out, that ain't my business. But when you literally cry out to the sisterhood for support and you paint this man to be a bad man to us, and then you get mad at us because we don't want to look past it, you want us to welcome him back in as if he never did what he did, is insane. And see, this is why I stay out of women's relationships with men. Do not involve me in your bullshit. Because if it comes down to it, you will sit up here and dog this man to me. Talk about this man to me just to go back. Just to still hang out with him the next day. Like, what is the reason? What is the purpose for that? So it's really crazy. But let's continue.
For this. Mainly Whoopi Goldberg, Sherry Shepherd, Michael B. Jordan, any Will Smith to any black celebrity professional has been kind of pushing for this Johnathan Majors reform trend. Because right now, a lot of younger people, I don't think, are falling for this Johnathan Majors love campaign that's being pushed forward within the media. And a lot of the people who have been pushing this forward have been a lot of the elders in Hollywood, with Michael B. Jordan being like the youngest, but he's like, what, almost 40, and Keke Palmer has like just turned 30, or in her like mid-30s. Keke Palmer definitely has like a younger crowd and a younger audience. So, I'm not here for this. Obviously, it hasn't even been a year since he was sentenced. He was sentenced to 12 months of like DV classes. Has he completed those? I don't think so. The second thing is, this podcast is titled Accountability. Has he even taken accountability for what he's done? The answer is no, because if you've seen any of the interviews that have come out within the past couple of weeks, he hasn't. This is very unfortunate. I'm actually very baffled. When I saw the screenshot on Twitter, I thought it was fake, but it is not. It is very, very real.
And I'm telling you why. Why is Keke Palmer inserting herself? It's because of her baby daddy. It is because one thing I noticed about Keke Palmer and her mom, they were very manipulative around the time that they had released those stilled images. Again, they never released the video. There was no video. We only saw images. And they were trying to paint Keke Palmer to be the victim in the situation. And it could have been they were both abusive. They were both toxic. And then Keke Palmer has a history of putting her hands on men. She admitted to that in her book. So then all of a sudden, that just gets swept under the rug. And then they're talking about a custody hearing. And then the next thing we know, stuff just starts disappearing. Stuff just keeps sweeping under the rug. And I'm just like, what was the reason for all of that? So this is what I think. At first, they were considering her brand, and I heavily think, I think during that time, Keke Palmer was heavily being influenced by her mother and was speaking business to her and decided to spin the narrative that she was abusing the relationship. And then because Keke Palmer was being heavily influenced by her mother, who is also her manager, she decided to go with that at first. And then she decided to change her mind. And I believe that's when she started to sweep things under the rug. She retracted her restraining order. It was a whole mess. It was a whole mess. And she had us out here going so hard for her, just for her to end up back with them like a few months after the fact. It was just the whole thing was just weird to me. So this is not shocking. But like I said, my opinion is that she's doing this because she wants us to welcome back her baby daddy with open arms and forget everything that she was feeding us originally. That's what I think. That is my opinion. That is what I'm sticking to. Also, I think it's interesting too, because I made a video about Johnathan Majors and how he's being coddled, how he's not being held accountable. And then there's this whole discourse on TikTok about black men not being in college. And girl, the gays is coming out swinging. The gay males, the gay black males, they like, wait a minute. Don't be adding us into this. Okay, we go to college. We go to work. We take care of our business because they do. It's the heterosexual, I'm a masculine macho man that's not going to college. And I've been peeping at y'all for a minute. I told y'all when I downloaded Hinge, I had my settings wrong. And I ended up on like the gay side of Hinge. And I was like, the gay men got their life together. So what's the difference? What is truly the difference between heterosexual black men and the gays? The gay black men are not coddled. They're ostracized. You got to be a heterosexual black man to be coddled and babied. And so when you're gay, and I'm talking about like, you can't hide it. You know, there are some of those gay black males that they cannot hide that they're gay, right? Some of the other ones could hide it well. So like maybe they got away with certain things, but the ones that couldn't hide it, They are the ones that are speaking out, and they're just like, if I can go and get a college degree and get educated, why can't you? So a lot of them are speaking out about that. And I'm telling you, yeah, we're not talking about down low. Let's separate that. We're not talking about down low at all. And then some are even breaking it down from femme to mask. So like if you're feminine and versus if you're masculine, that matters too. I believe. So it's just like, again, it's black men being coddled. It has weakened a community. Seriously, it has weakened a community. Do you not hear these men coming out on social media, on TikTok? Do you not hear the things that they're saying? So then I noticed I put the community in 3 categories. You have the gay black males that are educated. You have black women that are educated. And then you have the small group of heterosexual black males that are educated, or they went to the military, or they went to trade school. And typically these men had to grow up fast because they were the man of the house at a very young age. And then you have the spoiled and you have the coddled. And when they come out on social media, they speak as if the rest of us did not experience the things that they're talking about, stop them from getting an education, or stop them for pursuing a future of some kind that would put them up to be successful in life. Like it's insane. So I'm noticing that. And this ties in to this conversation with Johnathan Majors, because it just highlights how they are coddled, how they're not held accountable, how they're not learning and growing. And then if you're babied like this, I mean, why would you try to aim for success? Why would you? You have black women and you have the gay black men that have the Cinderella story. So we're motivated differently. A lot of us were experiencing, especially at home, adultification. So like we were raising the younger kids, or we were helping raise other people's kids while also pursuing an education and making sure that we were taking care of our siblings at the same time. We have that Cinderella complex. So that motivates us completely different than the heterosexual men that were babied and coddled. And now they're coming out online talking about, oh, well, this is what stopped me from pursuing an education. And this is what, and it's just like, it's very dismissive of our Cinderella complex. Yeah. Yeah. Let's get into it. So here we are. And listen, ladies, I don't know about y'all, because I'm going to react to the situation with Kendra G and that black man, once again, looking for a Mammy to take care of his biracial daughter. Yeah, we're going to get into that too in this video, because I wanted to react to that as well. It's so fascinating that they have the audacity. But then again, when you're coddled and babied and people make excuses for you and your stupid choices, they tell us to choose better. That's what they tell us to do. Right? But when it comes to them, they could be babied and coddled, and you just rock them along, and then they wonder why their life look like it do. But then you have women like Keke Palmer. You have women like this woman, like right here. She's in a hotel being a mammy to a man, and I think she has 7.5 kids.
Stay over here, honey.
There's no reason for y'all to be playing that song. Okay, I'm coming. Give me a second. Yeah. I'm late.
Wasn't you rationing ramen for your kids last week? And now this week, you making steak and potatoes, T-bone, clock it.
And if you don't know this woman's story, she went viral. This is what's so funny about this whole situation, because y'all remember the whole no kids trend, right? Women who didn't have kids were being dragged all over social media of different ages, just being dragged. The no kids trend, being dragged. Then all of a sudden, because of that, Moms started to pop up. We have a 26-year-old with 6.5 kids. That means a baby is in the oven when I said that. Then you have this 30-year-old. She's living in a hotel with 7.5 kids. Then she got a grown man living with her in this hotel. She got the babies in the tub sleeping, so her and her man can lay in the bed.
For your man,
It's crazy.
you and your 7 kids living in a hotel room. Your 7 children are sharing one single solitary bed. And you have a man in there. You have a man in there. A full-grown adult.
Oof.
On top of that whole messed up situation, I know y'all in there hunching. I know y'all in there hunching. You and then worst of all, her kids are in the background calling her, asking her to come help, and you are too busy fixing a plate for a no good nothing ass man who ain't doing shit. Is he those kids' fault? I don't even want to get into the semantics, the logistics. But to have those children don't have their own fucking bed. They don't have any privacy. So now you have little girls in a hotel room with a man that is not their father, with no privacy.
And the reason why I'm pointing this out is I don't understand Black women's obsession with being a mammy and rescuing a grown ass man. That's what I'm not understanding. Because Keke Palmer, you didn't have to get involved in Johnathan Major's situation. He a grown man. He need to find his way out of that situation. Why are you inserting yourself and putting your brand on the line? Is insane. But I know why you're doing it, because you being a mammy to your baby daddy. It doesn't stop with these type of women. It does not stop, y'all. And they're male-centered. They're so male-centered. It's insane. They tend to be very masculine as well, because mammies have to take care. They have to provide. That's how Keke ended up in this situation with her baby daddy, Darius. Let's be real. That's how she ended up in it. If you go back and you listen to her interviews with Steve Harvey, it wasn't shocking that she ended up in that relationship with her baby daddy. So, of course, there's a single father with a newborn baby that just got out of prison, works at a pizza shop that's on Kendra G's show, looking for a mammy. He not looking for a white woman to take care of that baby. He looking for a mammy to take care of that baby. That's what he looking for. He looking for a Black woman to do it. That's why he went on a Black woman's platform. That's why he's seeking out a Black woman, because he knows a Black woman will step up and do it. He knows.
As someone who is divorced, no one can come to my house. You cannot even come to shit. I'm so damn mad. Y'all can't even come to my children's space. So I would never bring a man. Like what?
It's crazy. It's crazy. That's
and
nasty.
It's just the little boys as well, because we know little boys get assaulted as well. So I don't want to exclude the fact that little boys are also harmed. I have little girls, so that's what comes to mind. But you have young children, and she leaves them kids in the room with that man, because in another video she went down to the hotel to make the kids breakfast. And then she was like, and then I called Big Daddy down to get himself some eggs and sausages. So you left that man up there with them kids.
And then she calling him Big Daddy, and then who? You think he paying a bill? No, he not paying a bill.
And she is so much fucked up about the situation, because she's saying that she's living in a hotel because she ended up in a relationship that was domestic violent. It had domestic violence. and she got put out of her Section 8 housing because of the situation, because the guy just kept coming back. So my thing is, when did you meet this one? Or is this the domestic violencer? Damn, you raggedy bitch. You like...
No, y'all, but for real. And then say it is the guy that she got into that DV dispute with in the Section 8 housing. You blew up your kid's spot for a man still. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense to, like, y'all, this is ridiculous.
It's like at some point, y'all can date bums, y'all can date losers, you could be a bum ass bitch yourself. You don't have to have the kids. You don't have to have the kids. What do y'all have against birth control?
And you know what else is so interesting too? The mammies always attract bums. Men that literally have nothing to offer. Just bums. Just bums. And I tried to tell y'all, I was like, Keke Palmer's baby daddy don't have a job. I tried to tell y'all that. I was like, that man don't have a consistent job. A real job. That's why he had to go to the military. And then who's to say he gonna stay in the military? Because he don't seem like the type of guy that would really actually see that all the way through. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Sometimes fatherhood changes you in a positive way. We'll see. But it's like, it never feels like the mammies always attract bums. Bums. So if you got that type of mindset, oh, let me help a brother out. Well, you gonna be paying bills, Megan Good. And your family gonna be looking at you like, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then I learned after my last video about Johnathan Majors that her sister didn't even show up to her wedding. Which I'm still suspicious about. I'm like, did they really get married, or is this all a PR stunt? Because it's hard for me to believe Megan Good would do some stupid shit like this. How you gonna leave that pastor and then be in a situation like this? You might as well stay in that damn marriage. You would have been better off. Your sister didn't even go to your wedding.
Y'all could do all of this, the raggedy shit y'all doing and not have kids.
Man.
I don't understand why y'all feel the need to bring kids in this fucked up situation. And then she's like, we're not homeless. My kids, they got a roof. And every single person that be in the comments that talk about they bad and they got a roof, they happy, they're not fucking happy. Of course the kids are playing. What the fuck else y'all want them to do? They're kids. And you know what's so fucking crazy about all of these things, about all of these situations, right? Now, as adults, everyone is talking about their trauma and how fucked up their parents were, and you can recognize when an adult says, you know, my childhood was fucked up, my parent didn't do this, my parent made these mistakes, and y'all are seeing the fucking mistakes happen, live and in color. And y'all are in the comments like, it's okay, stop being judgmental, I'm gonna be judgmental, I'll go fuck. And y'all got EK over here being a voice of reason?
Oh. Girl, what?
I keep talking about it, and I don't care what none of y'all fucking feel about it. I got a message from someone in my inbox the other day, and she said, you know what? Your video changed the trajectory of my life. She said, I wanted to have 4 kids, and after I saw your video, I thought to myself, who the fuck is going to take 4 kids? Exactly. Who the fuck is going to take? Y'all just keep popping out with no consideration of nothing that gonna happen after you. And no consideration of the actual quality of life that y'all are giving to these kids. Talking about they're fed and they got a roof. Kids need more than that. Inmates are fed and got a roof.
That's correct. That's survival.
The kind of life you're giving them, a lot of the adults that we're seeing now that are trying to fix all of the fucking traumas that they got from their parents, we're watching happen, and y'all are saying, it's okay, they're fine.
And it's so crazy because I talk about how when I was younger, I was required to make my dad a breakfast sandwich. He would have me wake up and make a breakfast sandwich to help him get his day started. And y'all know back then, black families didn't believe in hiring extra help like that. They believed in keeping everything in the family because that's how it's always been. Why was it like that? Well, because we couldn't trust outside help. Because you had to deal with racism, microaggression, and just weird people. Like you couldn't even trust going to therapy. Like therapy was just like, everything would stay in the home. Nothing would be outside of the home. But what a lot of people don't understand, you think you and your partner is enough to help raise kids. That is delusional. That is delusional. Because people keep asking, well, where was your mama? My mama was working. My mama cooked Sunday dinner every Sunday. And we ate as a family. She was working. My dad was working. But see, you think just the two of you, your husband is just enough help. It's really not. You need a village. You need a village. But see, my dad, he came from a toxic family. So he didn't want us around his family, his side of the family, because he didn't want us picking up bad habits. Then my mom didn't want to ask her family for help. Because she was already putting a lot on them, especially if one of us got sick or something like that. So it's hard. Like, raising a family, y'all, is not a joke. It's not this walk in the park. It literally takes a village. It takes all hands on deck. So if you don't have a village truly supporting you, or a village that you feel is dependable, then you should not have kids. I'm sorry. And yes, it can be crushing to your fantasy. But the reason why I don't have kids is because I don't want to damage a child. If I'm going to bring a child into this world, I want to provide not just a life. I want to provide a quality life, one better than the one that I had, because I know better. That's why I went to therapy. So it wouldn't make any sense for me to bring kids here just for the sake of bringing a child into the world because, well, you don't want your legacy dying with you, do you? Well, I don't want my legacy to suffer. I think that's more important. I don't want my legacy to suffer. It seems like nobody cares about that because I suffered. I know what that shit feels like. So why would I continue the cycle if I can't get the support that I know I need because of the self-awareness that I have, because of what I went through and experienced, and then I got the help that I needed to correct those issues, and so now I'm in a position where I know better. Why would I go out and go do the very thing that I already know set me back in life? That doesn't even make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. But that's what people are out here doing, though. That's what people are out here doing. And then shaming the ones that are choosing to try. Not saying that we always execute, not saying that we always do every little thing right, but we're trying though. And it's these people right here. It's like y'all not even trying. It's very selfish. It's very selfish. And I'm going to tell you right now that if you don't want to be selfless, do not have kids. Do not. If you want to spend your money the way that you want to sleep whenever you want your time to be your time, do not have kids. Do not. Because once that child comes in, you on their time. They not on your time. You on their time. You on their sleep schedule. You on when they need to eat. You on when they need to be looked after, or when they need to go to the doctor. Everything is on their time. Everything is centered around them. That's what it truly means to be a parent. You have to sacrifice. This woman doesn't want to sacrifice. She wants to do her. She still thinks she's 20 something. And you know what? She's 32 years old. She still thinks she's 20 something with no kids. That's why she got them all packed up in this hotel with this man. It's just crazy to me, y'all. I don't understand it. I don't get it.
And then y'all like to bring up the fact that, like, well, rich people don't always treat their kids good. We're not saying get money and treat your kids fucking bad. We're saying money does fucking matter. That's the fucking world we live in. We're not living off the fucking land. This is the world and the society that y'all kids live in. Stop comparing the life that they're living here compared to the life of in different countries and shit like that. They're going to be going to school in America with American fucking children.
Man.
So the expectation is that you provide them with the quality of life of the kids that they're going to school with. Because we know bullying is a thing, and it really does take a fucking mental toll, and y'all don't seem to care about that shit. And I don't understand it for the life of me. Like, I don't understand what is so bad about people saying, give your kids a good opportunity. Stop having more than you can fucking care for. No one, I don't care how much fucking money you have. No one needs 6 kids. No one needs 5 kids. Because at that point, what is your reason for having more than 5 kids? Because I want to, because I can.
And then listen, as black people, we was conditioned to have 10 kids because of slavery. It was a profit. So then when grandma and them had kids, that was what they were used to. That's what they were accustomed. They was used to popping out all of them damn kids. Today, we not making a profit off of popping out those kids. We never did. We never did. We never did. We never did. They always did, and they still do. Because when you bring these kids, when you be popping out kids like that, they're going to go into the labor workforce and work. That's it. And they're going to make the rich richer. That's it. That's it. So even though they got rid of slavery, they still want you to pop out them 10 kids. Duh. They want you to pop out them 10 kids so they can go and work at McDonald's, so they can go and work at Taco Bell, so they can make these corporations like Walmart and Target more money. So then people like Jeff Bezos, whatever the hell his name is, can get richer. That's what it's all about. That's it. So even though slavery is not around, they're still profiting off of our children. Seriously. So if you're not setting them up in a real way, it's like slavery all over again. It's just modernized. That's it. That's it.
Selfish. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care how many parents y'all got now. Something is going to fall through the cracks. At some point, things are going to align on the same day, and then you got to pick and choose. And you're like, it'd be the same if you had 3. Oh, so you admit that it would be difficult if you had 3, so you decide to add 3 more.
That's crazy.
Why not?
That's crazy.
No one needs that many fucking kids. I don't care if you're rich, you're fucking poor. No one needs that many fucking kids. It's too much shit to juggle. In the world we live in, the earth is already fucking dying.
My thing is, listen, if you can't really set your kids up, man, you really are doing them a disservice. You are. You just are. You setting them back. You're not setting them up. You're not setting them to win in this system. You're setting them up to fail. And then they're gonna be neglected as well. So it's all around just a messed up situation. Let's see.
Here's my thoughts on Keke Palmer interviewing Johnathan Majors. I have 2 different perspectives, I guess, on this. The first one, and hold on a second, we don't know what questions she's going to ask. She might be asking questions that we want the answers to. I don't know. But then again, I mean, he admitted to doing the things he did and he's been convicted, so what more could we possibly need to know? And then secondly, and the whole point of this video really, is I need you all to understand that just because someone is a victim of some type of violence or abuse, that does not automatically mean that that person is going to be an advocate for other victims of abuse, or that they will automatically be against any and all abusers, okay? Now, I first want to preface this by saying I do not know Keke Palmer personally, okay? So the examples that I use from this moment on, I'm not talking about her because I don't know her, but I'm bringing up these examples so you guys can understand a little bit more of what I'm talking about. In a perfect world, every single person who has experienced abuse in some form or another would either go on to be an advocate or they would stand hard against abusers of any kind. They would not platform them, they would not support their businesses, they would not listen to their music, they would not watch their movies. In a perfect world, that's what every single victim of abuse would do. Unfortunately, we do not live in a perfect world, and especially with women, we live in a very male-centered society that tells us if you're single, that's bad. Your life is automatically sad and lonely, and you're not complete until you have a man in your life. So with that being said, you will have situations where women have been abused, and they will keep going back to their abuser. For me, once I was gone, I was gone. That was it. That was the end of that story. But there are so many women who, because of loneliness and nostalgia and relationships being the most important thing, they will keep going back, and some women never make it. They never end up tasting freedom because they lose their lives. Example of this is mothers who are abused by their boyfriends or by their husbands, but they so desperately want a father figure in the home. It's etched in their brain that they have to have a 2-parent household or nothing. They love having that title of wife or girlfriend. So they will be getting abused and then allow that male partner to abuse their And I will say this, not only is it the most dangerous time in an abuse victim's life when she leaves an abuser, because that is the time where that abuser is angry and he's on a mission to hunt her down. Tons of women have lost their lives in that process. But also, and what I don't really hear a lot of people talking about, is you do go through a period where you start questioning yourself and you start gaslighting yourself. And you tell yourself, well, maybe it really wasn't that bad. Maybe I was being dramatic. And he might be texting you promising that he will see a counselor and that things will be different next time. And you and him are going to get a house together and you're going to have a baby or another baby, and he's going to finally get a job if he doesn't have a job. And all your dreams are going to come true if you come back. And you start thinking about the good times that are few and far between, but you start thinking about the good times and threading them together so they seem like they were not few and far between. And if you're not careful, you could gaslight yourself into thinking that that abuser wasn't really that bad. And then you go back and the cycle of abuse continues and it gets much worse. This is why, and I know a lot of you might have heard this, this is why, as much as you might love your friends, as much as you might love your family, in a lot of abuse cases, it is safer to not get involved, because then you put your life in danger too. Because if that abuser is looking for that victim and they know that victim is at your house, there's no telling what can happen. I learned that lesson at a long time ago, a church that I used to go to. There was a woman who was getting abused, and they directed her to resources and a women's shelter that could help her if she.
And listen, this is my point of view, because I believe that this could go two ways. Keke Palmer was in fact abused in that relationship, or they were both abusive to each other, because Darius came out and said that she was putting her hands on him and they were putting their hands on each other, and things would escalate. But it's her word against his word. But see, the issue that I have with Keke Palmer is it's hard to defend her when she didn't go through with the restraining order. It's like, so which one was it? Because did you retract from going through with the restraining order because you're an abuse victim and you're rationalizing, like this woman is saying in this video, where you're trying to make it work with your abuser? Or is it that you retracted the restraining order because you were guilty as well? We don't know. Will we ever know? We don't know. So it just makes this whole thing with Johnathan Majors interesting, right? Because it's like, okay, why is she platforming him? In my opinion, I really think that she's platforming him because she wants us to welcome back her baby daddy Darius and be open to him so that she can showcase him on her Instagram and things like that. So I don't know. And then it could be because she used to put her hands on men or her ex-boyfriend in past relationships, and she admitted it was because of childhood trauma, and Johnathan Majors admitted that he was being abusive because of childhood trauma. So they may have that in common. And two things can be true at the same time. She's still a victim when it comes to Darius, but she also relates to Johnathan Majors because she has a past, she has a history. Or it could be in another case that she was in this toxic relationship and she was putting her hands on Darius and they were putting their hands on each other. And so she's platforming Johnathan Majors because she's a violent woman. She's been abusive. Well, I don't know. It literally can go either way. It can go either way. But I'm going to tell you this much. When it comes to all of the coddling and mammying that I'm seeing behind Johnathan Majors, it just makes me not want to support him. It just makes me not want to support, because I feel like I'm supporting someone that was not held accountable. I feel like I'm supporting someone that actually did not do the work. So then I feel like I'm enabling him. Like I'm enabling him to get away with this all for the sake of saving his career and making money. And I don't like that. It goes against my principles. I don't like that. If Johnathan Majors would have went through like a real redemption phase where he just disappeared for a while and he took those classes that he was court ordered to take, and he underwent change outside of the public eye, I feel like maybe I would have a change of heart. Maybe. But it's just the way that it's being pushed on us so heavy, and how we're just supposed to sweep everything under the rug. And that has always been the issue in the Black community. And I cannot stand it. I couldn't stand it when I was a young girl and I would see family members in my family do that, where they just want to sweep the dysfunction and the toxicity under the rug. And we just gonna move forward with this fake smile and act like everything's okay. I can't stand that shit. That is why I'm a cycle breaker. I have always been that type of person where I'm just like, no, we're not sweeping anything under the rug. We're going to address things head on, and we're going to work through the dysfunction so that we can get to the other side and be a healthy family, not just a functioning family, not just, oh, we just tolerate each other. That's exhausting. I don't get it. So that's why I'm just really against the Johnathan Majors situation. It's not because I just want to be against a Black man. It's because of what it really means to me. What it really truly symbolizes for me. It just goes against everything that I believe in and everything that I stand for. And that's what I really just don't like. I don't like it. I don't like it. So it just rubs me the wrong way.
Decided to leave, and I always got upset about that. Like, why wouldn't they, take her in or let them live with her? And I asked somebody who was involved in that situation, and they said they have learned over the years that is a very dangerous time.
Yeah.
And a lot of women aren't really ready to leave. They just want a place to sleep for the night because they had an argument with their abuser, but they're going to go back the next morning. Any number of things. And so many friends and family members who put on their capes and think that they're helping also lose their lives or wind up in dangerous situations. So much like people having family members who are addicted to drugs, you have to take your hand off that situation, because you will end up putting yourself in harm's way, constantly trying to save that person from further harming themselves. So we can't always expect victims of domestic abuse to magically become a domestic abuse advocate.
True.
That's not going to happen in every case. I have a family member who lost all of her children because she was putting them in dangerous, abusive situations so that she could continuously be in dangerous and abusive situations with men. To this day, she thinks her husband is going to magically come back, and it's been like 20, 30 years. I'm not going to seek out the interview because I don't give two damns about Johnathan Majors. But I know I will see clips of it on TikTok.
Yep,
so
we will.
I'm curious to see what goes on. And I was listening to King of Reeds. He is on YouTube, and he was raising the point of, on one hand, Keke was put in a dangerous situation by Trey Songz. She's been in an abusive relationship, while on the same token defending R. Kelly when she was on The Breakfast Club. So again,
and listen, it could be that the reason why Keke is like is because of her abusive past. Like, that could be a real reason why she's defending R. Kelly, she's defending Johnathan Majors, but then she was a victim of abuse, allegedly. So I don't know. But then Darius is saying, like, no, she was putting her hands on me, and he had all these scratches on his back and on his arm and stuff. So I'm like, I don't know. But then those could be scratches and bruises of her fighting back. We don't know. That's why I'm like, I don't know. But her actions don't make sense. And I think that's what is rubbing a lot of people the wrong way. It's like her actions are not consistent and they don't make sense to us who are trying to support her. But we don't want to support toxicity and dysfunction. And we surely don't want to support an abuser. Especially if we just witness you, we think we witness you getting abused. We don't know. It's just a mess.
Victims have to make the decision to go through the healing and recovery process, because if you don't, you will wind up repeating the cycle in different ways. And you could potentially continuously put yourself into harm's way, platforming people who should not be platformed, but
Right.
victims have to make that choice. So, getting upset because...
And then I do have the question that if Keke was in fact abused by Darius, how would she feel if someone platformed him? I wonder how she would feel about that. And it's so interesting how Black women are distancing themselves from Johnathan Majors. They feel like they shouldn't care. It's not a big deal because he abused a white woman. That's weird to me. I've seen comments like that, and I'm just like, okay, he abused a white woman, and you feel like what? Like it's not a big deal? This is what be irritating me about womanhood and woman culture. We are not in competition with these other women. Like we're not in competition. Like men literally did a number on us. They literally dismantled our unity over stupid stuff like that. Like racism, or he was out here dating a white woman. Who cares? Who cares? Because at the end of the day, he's now with Megan Good. So what if he puts his hands on her? We're women. At the end of the day, we are women. So if he turns around and he puts his hands on her, then what? Because abusers have a pattern. They literally leave a trail. That's what they do. So, okay, this time it was a white lady. Looks like the next time it's going to be a Black woman. So then what? That's why you have to be careful about what you're upholding when it comes to certain situations. Be about principle and be consistent. Because it's not about the color of this woman. It's truly about the actions of the man. But if you are centering men and you're making it about a man, so you're going to make it about the fact that she's a white woman, right? And this is a Black man that was with a white woman. Instead of centering yourself, because you're a woman first. Hello, you're a woman first. And you should be holding the man accountable because of his actions, period. Because his actions was towards a woman because you're a woman first.
She's interviewing him, that's a part of her healing journey that she is going to have to decide to partake in, because not all victims go on that healing journey.
That's true.
Like my family member, they just tumbleweed
That's true.
in and out of that dangerous situation for the rest of their lives. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Not all victims are going to be like me and become advocates and mouthpieces for victims of abuse and try to educate people about abuse and not want to platform abusers. I mean, look at how many women still support Chris Brown, and you would think they would know better because these women have been in similar situations. But you know what? Like I said, they have to make that choice to go on that healing journey, and you can't force them, unfortunately.
I still be shocked at the amount of Black women that support Chris Brown. It just really throws me. I don't get it. Now, listen, I understand separating the art from the person, but just overly supporting him and every little thing that he do and every little thing he say, that's weird to me. That's weird to me. I don't understand that. I don't get it, but okay. Let's see. I think I wanted to talk about this. This is another reason why this whole Keke Palmer thing is rubbing me the wrong way.
Now, Keke, baby, okay, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt because I would like to believe, Keke. I would like to believe, Keke, that you did not sit up here.
Now, I'm going to be real with y'all because I've been saying this for the last 2 years. You give people the benefit of the doubt because you don't want to accept who they are. You don't want to accept who they are showing you to be. So you keep giving them the benefit of the doubt. You keep giving that old friend the benefit of the doubt. She's changed. She's different. When y'all were younger, she was different. Now she's changed, and not for the better, but for the worse. Same thing with that man. You keep giving him the benefit of the doubt. Oh, he's just in a bad place. He's just going through a hard time. That man is showing you who he is. Your mother, she just violates your trust. Anytime you tell her anything, she throws it back up in your face. She's not a safe space for you. But you keep making excuses for her. But that's my mother. I should be able to tell her anything. Yeah, but she continues to violate your trust. She's showing you that she's not trustworthy. She's not a safe space for you. That boss at your job undermines every decision that you make, every little thing that you do. And you keep making excuses. I cannot stress this enough. When you make excuses for people that are showing you who they are, you are allowing people to play in your face. Seriously. Because you got to understand that people are choosing to make these choices and decisions. They're choosing to do these things to you. And then you're choosing to turn around and make excuses. You're choosing to turn around and give them the benefit of the doubt. And listen, I get it. I used to do it. I get it. I used to do it. I'm like, oh, they didn't mean that. Or, oh, I think I'm just being sensitive. No. You are seeing them for who they are, and you're struggling to accept it. That's it.
And tell us what your baby daddy and Trey Songz did to you to have Johnathan Majors come up on the show and coddle him like Sherry Shepherd did. I know there's like the urge. I know the urge. But Keke, because Keke, baby, you talking about accountability. It says, taking accountability. All right, but I also got 2 degrees in public relations, okay? My master's and my bachelor's, okay? I got 2 of them things. I work in entertainment, I work in marketing, I work in advertising, and I got 2 degrees, okay? So I know that man's press agent is not about to sit there and send him on a press tour for a movie and have him go on an interview where it's not going to be friendly to him all the way, okay? Like, he might get up there and say, yeah, I did those things, but that was like, a past life and I'm not like that anymore, and I went to therapy and confronted my, whatever demons, and I prayed, and whatever the hell, black people love to hear black men do terrible things say.
And I just want to add that he's using these black platforms for a reason. Because if he was to go on a white platform, they're going to actually hold him accountable. But he keeps going to the black platforms because he's swindling his way out of true accountability. So he'll go on those platforms because they're going to not ask those questions to paint him to be in a better light. And then a lot of times these platforms that are platforming him are getting paid to do the interview so that he can have a space to promote himself in a positive light first, and then also promote the movie to make money.
Okay, Keke. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off.
So let me know what y'all think. Let me know. Like I said, my core opinion when it comes to all of this is I believe Keke Palmer is doing this. This is just my opinion. I believe she's doing this because she wants her fans to welcome back her baby daddy Darius with open arms. Because y'all have been rejecting him ever since. And she may tie in the fact that she had an abusive past, similar to Johnathan Majors, and it was due to they shared that story of childhood trauma, made them aggressive and violent and abusive, and then also her recent experience with her ex. And so that's just a way that she can kind of reel in Darius back into her brand and her public image. Because she's still with that man. So that's just my opinion. But we'll see. Only time will tell. So let me go ahead and switch gears because I wanted to talk about this. Since we're on the topic of mammies, let's just get into this. I saw a little bit of this go viral on TikTok, and I was just flabbergasted. I just could not believe this.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Okay, what about now?
Are you looking for love?
Yeah, I'm terrible with this thing. Yeah, I'm definitely. Absolutely. What's happening?
Is this your child?
Absolutely. I don't take care of nobody else, kid.
How old is your kid?
She be 9 months next month.
You are the first man that came on with a baby in their hands.
Yeah, well, I'm a different kind of guy. All due respect, anybody who in Q probably gonna want to hang up because you ain't gonna be able to get to them. This interview gonna take a while.
Are we gonna take a while, me and you?
Yeah.
Well, let me say this.
Okay.
So why you not with the baby's mama?
Okay. Well, that's the mother of my child. I was in the streets and I was living a different life, and her mother, she decided that she wanted to do some other things, and we didn't quite see. She thought she should do some other things, and she ended up doing them. So I had to make a choice. It was either let my daughter go to the system or keep her, and I'd have had her ever since she'd been born.
Is the child's mother in jail?
No, she's not in jail. She's living her life. She's not no bad person. She's just.
Okay, so you have full-time custody of your child.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I keep my daughter. I don't need custody. I don't subscribe to that.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I keep people don't tell me what to do. It's my daughter. They weren't there when I made her.
This is
I
crazy.
take care of her.
The audacity.
Get to know you. What's your name?
Okay,
Sir?
what's that? Kendra, shout out to you for your success as well. I wanted to ask you several months ago. I super chat you, and you stopped me from super chatting you. I never knew why.
I don't remember. If I stopped you, there must have been a reason. But no offense. I can't remember. How many people super chat, send DMs, names? I don't know. I have no idea.
So be it. But
Okay.
anyway, you know what I'm saying.
How do I say your
Awesome.
name, sir?
AWESUM. You know.
How do I pronounce
awesome.
your name, sir?
Awesome.
Awesome. Okay.
That's correct.
So Austin, and how old are you?
Yeah, I'm 44. You know what I'm saying. I'll be 45 in May.
When's your birthday? What day?
May 3rd.
Oh,
I don't think that's his real name either.
okay. You're a Taurus too.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I guess.
If you don't believe in zodiac, that's fine. Also,
Okay.
what do you do for a living?
Well, I'm an industrialist. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I'm working at a pizza place.
You're
I
an
got
industrialist,
things
but you work at a pizza place?
Yes.
What do you do at the pizza place?
Make pizzas. My dog Harvey hired me. Shout out to Harvey.
All right, you're a pizza maker. You're not
Yes.
trolling me. Everything you're telling me is true?
James, I don't play no games.
Okay. So what would you say to the woman that's concerned that you have a 9-month-old baby?
I mean, that would be silly. You know what I'm saying? If she doesn't know a man when she's looking at one, then that'd be her loss. You know what I'm saying? I'm not asking nobody to take care of my daughter. I provide for my daughter.
Y'all, this.
You know what I'm saying? I want her to have a mother. I want her to have a woman who's, who embodies the qualities that I'm looking for in order to pass good thoughts and good ideas and the things that I believe that are important for my daughter to have. So yeah, I'm doing that. I'll do that.
So do you want something serious?
You know what amazes me, y'all, is that do you think a black woman would be able to do some stupid shit like this? That's how I know they're coddled, because a black woman can't even do nothing like this. At all. We can't even fix our lips. Because we hear about what makes you think a man should want to take care of your kids that you had with another man. I'm not responsible for that. But it's the audacity. It's the audacity. And what is he really bringing to the table with a baby working at a pizza shop? That's crazy. And this economy is insane too. That's insane.
I guess you just want to date.
Absolutely. I'm looking for a wife. I'm looking for the mother of my child. For sure.
So I will say that she does have the right to be concerned if you have a 9-month-old baby, because she has to be willing to sign up to be the child's stepmother.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, I wouldn't say a stepmother, because you know what I mean. I really wouldn't subscribe to that. She would be her mother even though she didn't come out of her. And besides, a woman is a nurturer to begin with. I've been playing the role, but I'm not really a nurturer. But that's not really my nature. You know what I'm saying? But I do it because that's what I've had.
Well, you need to figure it out.
To having a solid black woman in my life who possesses the qualities that I'm looking for, that's been vetted. And
why didn't you pick a solid black woman to have a baby with? I'm confused. So he expects for a black woman to come in and clean up. And listen, the crazy thing is he's gonna find someone. He is. He's gonna find a black woman. He is. That's what's so sad about this whole situation. It's like black women are like, oh, I can't believe this, da, 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 da. But he will find someone. That's what's worse. He will find someone. He will. He will. Just like those women were taking care of those men that were facing life in prison. Yeah. A baby? Oh, that's nothing. Yeah. He'll find someone. That's what's so sad about the situation.
And you know what I mean? She can come along and, raise her daughter.
And again, you're not trolling me. You're being completely honest.
Yeah, Kendra.
Okay, all right, let's keep going. So this is Austin 44. He's an industrialist, but currently working on pizza
44.
places.
That's
Your only
crazy.
child?
No, you know what I'm saying? I got another daughter. Shout out to my baby Brooklyn, Daddy love her.
Another daughter?
She's 26. She got married because she listened to Daddy. She's been married since the 11th of November. She's Daddy's pumpkin. She's Daddy's baby.
Is it a different woman you had a baby by?
Yes.
Have you ever been married, sir?
No.
Okay. You're ready
Wow.
for marriage, so now?
Yeah, I want to be. You know what I'm saying? I think marriage is really cool. I think
Okay.
it's a great thing. If
If you were a woman, they would say, why didn't you marry one of the two women you had kids with?
Yeah, I would have never done that. You know what I'm saying? I was like I said, I'm really out the street, Kendra. I'm just a guy who, I'm really a goon. I'm not none of these perpetrators or phonies. I've really seen it, done it, and been involved in it. And so the only thing that changed me was that she needed somebody to take care of her. There was no one. And so she changed my life. She did more for me than I've ever done for her. So I had to submit.
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. I don't like it when men weaponize a woman's sympathy and empathy against her. So he wants to give this sob ass story. Listen, ladies, I be telling y'all that empathy in these times, in this recession, is a setup for you. Let me explain. My dad, he calls me and he goes, you got to be careful out here. They are using kids to run up to women in Costco's to, like, the little kid would run up and be like, I'm hungry. Pulling on your what? Your empathy card, your nurturing card, all the things that make you a wonderful woman, right? And so it's to lure her so that she could basically get robbed. Seriously, they're using kids today. Kids, setting up women to be robbed. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have to be careful. Listen, and this is why I be saying detachment is protection. Remember, I talked about that yesterday. I said detachment, protection. There was a homeless person. I was leaving the grocery store. It's late at night. And this homeless person is trying to get my attention so that I can give them money, buy them food or something like that. I literally had to detach from my empathy because it's nighttime. I'm not trying to get involved in nothing after a certain hour. So I'm like, listen, you're going to have to catch me next time. I got to go. I hopped in my car and went on home because you just don't know. Detachment is protection. Did I feel somewhat guilty in that moment? Of course, because I have empathy. But you just don't know nowadays. You don't know if it's a setup. So you have to be detached. And you know what makes me accept that this is just how it has to be? If men held other men accountable, if men truly were protectors, we would be in a community where we wouldn't have to do that. We would be in a community where we wouldn't turn a child away because we don't know if it's safe or not, because they never created that safe space for us to operate in when it comes to our femininity. So at the end of the day, it's like I'm not going to carry that burden when the truth is I'm not in a safe space. If I was in a safe space, I would be able to use my nurturing, my femininity, my empathy in that moment to care for another individual in the community. But I literally can't because I don't know if it's going to cost me my damn life. So it's not something that women should carry, even though we are the ones that tend to be more in our empathy. But it's just something that we just have to accept. So this is adaptation. Like, one thing I know about women, you know how to adapt. So you're going to have to adapt to the times. So if a little kid is coming up to you, you don't know what it is. You don't know if this is a setup or not. You don't know. So it's just one of those things where you just going to have to just, hey, I can't help you.
It to the creator and ask him, what did he want from me? He said, your life, the life that you had is not the life that I want for you. I want something else for you. And so that's what it is. And it was so important for me to tell my story because I just get so tired of besides my daughters, the masculinity, upliftment, and self-esteem of black men is so important to me. And so it's time for me to reveal myself and let myself be known.
Is he serious?
I can begin to help these brothers because Lord, these brothers need help. I've been in your conversation too long.
Okay, well, let's get to it. Now let's get to the question.
Sir, you need help. What the hell? Oh, this is crazy. This give me a pimp. He a pimp. He give me a pimp. He give me pimp vibes. I don't know what it is. He looking for a woman he can pimp out. That's what he looking for. He looking for a woman he can pimp out. He gave this sob story, so he looking for a woman he can pimp. That's all that was. All that smooth talking. No.
We got Awesome 44 Taurus. He's currently a pizza maker, but also does industrial work. Dad to two, a 26-year-old and a 9-month-old baby that he's currently holding. What kind of woman are you looking for?
Well, I don't do industrial work. I'm industrialist. That means I create opportunities. So that's a little bit different.
Oh, you're an industrialist. Okay, you want to break down more? What do you do as in that?
Is he serious?
Any woman that's with me, she don't have to worry about it. I make sure everything is okay.
So that's the job, but it was like, what do you do for a living? So you can do that.
Yes, I told you, I actually make pizzas, but I'm an industrialist.
And so you're saying this as in your job when you say industrialist?
Yes, ma'am. How
do you get paid as an industrialist?
Say it again.
How do you get paid as an industrialist?
Well, a man has to create his own opportunities through sacrifice and be forged through hard work. So that's me. I don't subscribe to what everybody else thinks or what the internet thinks or what other people. I don't listen to podcasts. I don't need other guys to tell me about being a man.
Yeah, I almost forgot I was on YouTube. I almost forgot I was on YouTube. I was about to say, yeah, girl. Do you have a W-2 or not? Like, seriously, like what? Y'all, I almost forgot I was on you. Listen, do you have a W-2 or not? This is crazy. Do you see how he be trying to smooth his way out of answering the question directly? This is crazy. Yeah, he a pimp to me. He a pimp.
Man.
Okay, well, let's continue. What kind of woman are you looking for, sir?
Wannabe.
Looking for a woman who's the opposite of me, feminine, sweet, giving, kind. She's extremely patient. She knows how to be a man's wisdom and balance because I am a protector, a provider, a maintainer, a sustainer.
You can't even tell us how you providing, y'all. All I heard was I want a doormat. I want a woman I can pimp out so that she can labor for me, so she can produce for me. That's all I heard. I ain't hear nothing else.
A leader, a guider. That's what I do.
A leader?
So I'm looking for a woman. I don't like a woman. Well, you can ask me what I don't like. Excuse me. I'm looking for a woman of that ilk, a woman who was. I don't have to tell her these things. A or B. If I do have to tell her, she's interested in learning. So therefore, she's eager to learn. So I don't have a problem with that either.
Okay. Now you can tell me what are your deal breakers.
Oh yes, great question. Bad attitude. I don't like ratchet. I don't like disrespectful. I'm not playing none of them games. I'm not none of them guys you ever talk to. Very aggressive, assertive. I don't like that.
He seem aggressive, or is it just me? Like the undertone, you know what I mean? The undertone is very aggressive to me. I'm not even an aggressive person. I'm people don't understand. Like, I'm the happy, bubbly, go lucky black girl. I used to get teased and called weird for that all the time because I was a little different. But I hear it in his voice. Is it just me? He's very confrontational, isn't he? I hear it. It's like it's in there. It's like it's under the smooth talking. Like it's the smooth talking, and then right under there is I'll get real aggressive with you and confrontational. I hear it. It's like it wants to come out, but he trying to play it cool. It sounds like he got anger issues. That's what it sounds like.
I don't like women who use a lot of swear language. I don't like women who wear a lot of who wear too much makeup. I like a little bit. I want to see you naturally. Wigs and weave. I'm not too particularly. I don't have too much of a problem as long as you do have some hair. You will show it. I don't mind you being able to switch it up.
This is crazy.
That's not a problem. Kids is a no-no for me as well.
So hold on, wait, real quick. You
Yeah, I'm
guys,
coming back to that. Mm-hmm.
well, two things. Some people in the comment section are saying the baby's fake. I don't want to believe you will hold a fake baby.
Okay. Well, Kendra, I think you're smarter than that. Let me ask you a question. Does your energy get to me, get phony from me? What's your energy?
Well, I just don't. I mean, there are certain. I don't want to answer that question because
Okay.
I'll answer it in the way of I would pray you would not be on my show as a grown man holding a fake baby.
Yeah, right.
Like I think that would be very. I mean, goofy is could be common at times, but that would be the goofiest thing any human could do is to hold a fake baby.
Yeah, for sure. Only reason I'm really holding her because she actually, while I was waiting on you, she normally don't go to sleep. But on my well, I don't like to promote things because I want to talk to you. But on Gizmo and the Goon, you can see her. That's my little thing with her. That's
Okay, well, let me read this one. This one said, Kendra, he lying and asked him to turn the baby alive around. He's sounding scammy. Now this isn't genuine.
Okay. I tell you what, I'm not into proving anything, but I'm going to do it just because. I'm gonna do it because I want to alleviate Kendra's ideas. But no, baby, ain't nothing phony about you. You just ain't never met a real man in your life. That's all.
I thought the baby's real, guys.
Wait, I'm terrible with this. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, the baby's real. Aw, don't wake her up.
Okay.
Don't wake her up. This one said, why is he dressed up like?
Yo, and where is this his house? Why he look like he's staying at like some type of facility? That don't look like a house to me. Like he in a basement or something.
This lake, and where is he calling from? Looks like some sort of corporate building. The setting is suspect.
Yeah. Crazy, I just said that.
What's the question? Let me see you dress. Okay, well, first of all, I just tell you, Kendra, that men should come on your show dressed better. I told you one time about a dress code. I don't like how guys come on your show, they wear black men.
He's in a shelter? No, y'all. No. I know this. This is a product of Kevin Samuels. Delusional men with nothing to truly offer a woman. But he thinks because he's well dressed and a smooth talker, he's a high value man. Oh, that's crazy.
In undershirts, it looks very tacky. So I've always been with black men dressing better. So that's why I came specifically dressed for Kendra. And when I was getting money like that, I always dressed like this. So I hope that answers your question.
Okay, fair enough.
They
said the people at Sam's Club makes pizza too.
I understand.
Okay. Let's continue. I think my last question. Okay, so we was on your deal breakers. Oh yeah, I interrupted you. So you don't want a woman with kids?
Yes.
Yeah.
So can you just explain? I mean, you're literally holding a 9-month-old that she would have to become the mother to. Why would you not accept her child if you want her to accept yours?
Yes, great question, Kendra. You never had anybody to explain this correctly, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it right now.
Okay.
There's an issue with me being able to create structure for a child that doesn't belong to me. I'll give you an example. When I'm disciplining my daughter, I don't have to ask anybody for anything. I don't have to go to any man. I don't have to talk to her. I can say, Pumpkin, you on punishment, and that's that. I don't have to give a why or a this. I don't like to explain myself, Kendra. And another thing, that's one of the reasons. The second reason is because I believe in structure. My daughter, I have certain plans for her. So most women don't have structure. Well, a lot of these single mothers don't have structure in their home. They don't want to hear that, but I'm going to say it. Shout out to Don and Jay, too. I like those guys you had on there. Shout out to Jay and Don. I like a couple guys you had from back in the day. Shout out to them brothers.
Oh, okay. I remember Don.
Don was smooth.
Damn, so he been looking for a woman for a while.
Yeah, shout out to Don.
Oh, you like Jay, the Batman?
Yeah, Jay had me rolling. Yeah, shout out to Jay. I've been supporting you for a while, Kendra, for sure.
Okay, those are two very popular guys. They're actually very different.
So what makes him think that a woman would want to do what he's doing? Like, if he don't want to do it in reverse, why is he assuming that a woman want to do that? I wouldn't want to discipline your child either. Because I feel like I wouldn't be able to. That's what's so crazy. I don't want to raise your child. I can't even discipline your child the way I want to. It goes both ways. So this is so crazy. This is interesting.
But it's definitely very popular men guys on the show. Okay. So you subscribe to which one of their ideologies? I think they were different.
Well, that's a great question. I subscribe to my own. I'm just shouting them out because I respect, you know what I'm saying? I like them, and as black men, I support all black men who are standing on business, as the young folks say, which is an overused saying.
And you standing on business?
Explaining why no more kids.
Yes. I believe, yes, sir, no, ma'am, please, may I, thank you. There's that. And also, and a lot of times, I don't want to correct someone else's child. There's always, there can be obviously obvious problems that come with that. The woman that I'm bringing into my world, in our world, wouldn't have that issue because I set the standards. I make it possible. You know what I mean? So that I'm trying to get this. Kendra, I'm terrible with this stuff because I'm old and I hate technology. Okay. All right. So I'm sorry about this. Let me see if I put her down. Hold on a second.
Aw.
Hold on, Gizmo. Oh.
I hope this is not an inappropriate question, but
He old, so that means he looking for a babysitter and a hospice wife. That's crazy. That's crazy.
some of them are asking me to ask you, is the baby's mama Caucasian?
Yeah.
His lips are
Yeah.
strange.
Yes. No, it's not okay. No, it's okay. But I specifically, I prefer. I'm looking for a black woman. I specifically prefer black women. Well, I was in West Virginia. That's just what it was. But if you're asking me for my preference, you know what I'm saying. Personally, I'm a fan of beauty in women. However, if you really want to get down to the nuts and bolts of it, black women are absolutely the creme de la creme for the kid.
So let me just ask this. So you gave all the reasons why she can't have a kid. Now you have to mother your child. Is she going to have those issues? Is she going to be able to discipline your child, or will she have an issue with the child's biological mother?
No, that's not it. She hasn't been around since my daughter been born. And like I said, she's not a bad person. I don't get on no platform and pull nobody down. I'm too real for that. That's just who she is. She is who she is, and it's not up to me to change her. It's up to her to change. But I have to move on. So I changed. I left what I was doing, where I was doing it at, and came here to Atlanta.
The hell was he doing, y'all?
I forgot to ask you where you're at. You're in Atlanta.
Oh yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And so, another thing too, Kendra, I won't tell this story specifically because it's very, very personal. But I saw something in my life about mothers with children, and I saw the games that are played, and it ended very, very badly. So that would be another reason that children.
Imagine speaking on another woman's lifestyle and your life is not together. Speaking on single women with children and your life is not together is so insane to me. Like, sweep around your own front door before you go sweeping around somebody else's. That's what the old timers used to tell me. The old timers used to tell me that all the time. The wise used to say that. Go sweep around your own front door before you go try to sweep around somebody else's. This is crazy to me. That's why I'm just like, sir, are you serious? But you know what? This is what we facilitate in the black community. So the arrogance, the entitlement, it's just, yeah.
That women with children, promiscuous women. I'm looking for a woman who's going to be a very, very good influence on my daughter. A woman who knows how to smooth the dress out when she sits down. A very classical lady. I'm the goon around here. Everyone goon around here. That's me.
Okay. Now, awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
What's the age range you want to date?
Great question. I would say, because I'm looking to actually have more children, I would love to have children.
What?
I would say...
This is crazy, y'all.
If she's healthy, 36 and down. 36 and down as long as she's legal.
So you go to like 23?
As long as she's legal, yeah, I would say that. Yeah, I can do that.
So 36 is the oldest, though?
Probably, just depending on, the age. But like I said, I'm not going to stop a sister from shopping, If she thinks that she fits the qualities and maybe the creator knows something that I don't, as I always say, so be it. I'm not going to.
And because you want more children?
Yes, I don't have a son. There's so much information that I have to teach. With everything that I've learned, with everything that I know now, I'm a man who reads. I don't think you can be a man if you do not read. I believe in physical discipline. I believe in being forged in fire. I believe in going through I believe in gender roles, and that, I don't care what the world say. I don't care what the internet says. I don't care. Ain't no woman my partner. Let me say that again. Don't call me talking about you my partner. I'm not with none of that. I'm your man. You're my woman, and I don't care what the world does. But we're going to.
Do y'all be hearing that aggressiveness? It be coming out as like, I'm not your partner. I'm your man. Like, sir, okay, like, relax. I don't know what happened in the past, but girl, apparently there was a woman out here not claiming him.
To have a traditional relationship, that's what I'm looking for. If that's not what you want, that's okay. But words matter to me, Kendra.
Okay. So, any more deal breakers before I go to the next question?
Deal breakers. The cigarette. I'm a big dog, so every now and then I like to hit the big cigars because you know what I mean. Just
Well, your phone went out. Say it one more time, sir.
When I'm really feeling myself, I like to hit the big cigars. I'm not really much of a drinker, but when I am, it's probably premium, high end Scotch or cognac. When I got it like that, that's bourbon, something like that. Really particularly, I would rather my woman not indulge. I also what's another deal breaker for me?
Yeah.
I met a woman one time. I liked her, Kendra. She wanted.
Someone in the chat box called it earlier and said this man is controlling. He is. Do you see how the woman has to operate this way, but then he can operate the opposite? That is signs of controlling. Let's go ahead and write that down. Somebody already pointed it out in the chat that when a man puts himself up here and then he puts you to the side and you cannot do what he does, that's controlling. He does not see you as an equal. He sees you as less than. Because every time, like, just with the whole, she can't have kids, but I can. I can smoke cigars, but you can't. I prefer if you don't drink. Like, just he comes across very, 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 very controlling. Instead of just saying, I would like to meet a woman that's more like myself and how I carry myself, but he can't say that because he doesn't carry himself like that. So that means he wants to dictate and control a woman because he can't actually be the leader because he's doing the complete opposite of the requirements that he has for women. It's weird. Like, sir, you need to get yourself together. You need to get your life together.
To order a well-done steak. I can't take a woman serious for a well-done steak. I'm not going to a high-end steakhouse and gonna be embarrassed. I'm just not. You have to listen.
Well done steak.
Yeah, it's very tacky. It shows that you don't know how steak is supposed to be eaten. It shows that it shows that you lack the requisite skill to be in a place. You don't order well-done steak, and people look at you like a certain word, like you don't know, you don't belong. And
sir, can you even afford to take her out for a steak? I just don't know. Like, priorities are just really backwards here. Like, I don't understand. Can you even afford to take her out to a steakhouse? Seriously, this is crazy.
So I had to leave a chick because of that. She didn't listen. She wasn't even willing to try. I don't want a woman who won't try, Kendra. I don't.
See, here come you hear that controlling, you hear that controllive nature in him. Like, he really upset that this girl ordered a well-done steak and she was unwilling to change her steak request. Now, listen, I understand where he coming from because I'm bougie too. I am. Like, a well-done steak is crazy, y'all. I like mine to be medium to medium rare. So I get what he's saying, but it's just like, why do you care about how somebody else is ordering their steak? I mean, I could kind of see how you would somewhat be embarrassed. I can see it from that point of view, but it's just like, it's still obsessive to me. I don't know. It's just, I wouldn't care. Like, listen, that's how you want to order your steak. That is not my business.
I don't want to hear excuses. I need you to be willing to give it a chance and not just knock it. Very beautiful too, but that's a dime a dozen for the kid.
Well, let me say this: you have your preferences. This is your moment. Yes. I will just say, in my own life experiences, I've been around a lot of high-end people and a lot of high-end restaurants.
Woo!
Will order their steak at times. Well done.
We got a wild one right here.
People. So I mean, if you want to use that judgment in your life, okay. But there's some people who just don't want a medium well or medium rare steak.
That's great you said that, Kendra. But I want to say something else too, because I think that there's a misconception about money. Money don't make no man no man. I don't care about your money. Do you have guts? Do you have a man who has guts can be my friend any day of the week. I don't have any money right now currently. You see what I'm saying? My life is 100%. I don't need anyone for anything, but I'm not balling like that. So wealth to me is being a man who is rich in morals and.
What? Girl, this is insane. It's always interesting, the characters that come on social media. Because lately, it's been some crazy women. But, man, this man is out of his mind. So you're broke talking about a well-done steak. I knew it. Sir, you can't even afford to take her out to a steakhouse. Why do you care about a well done steak? Like, this is so delusional. This is so delusional. That's why I be saying, y'all, the people that be coming online, they be want to tell all their business, stuff like that. Something ain't right up there. Something ain't right upstairs. It don't matter if it's a man or a woman. Something ain't right up there. That woman that was in that hotel room with them 7.5 kids, something ain't right with these people that's coming online, y'all. Something ain't right. And they seeking validation because they need to, because they're ridiculous. And anyone that's in their space, that they share space, if they were to share spaces with someone, oh my God, who would really be vouching for them? So they come online to seek it in us. Like, I'm just starting to see a pattern of this on both sides. Sir, you are broke talking about, I don't like it when a woman orders a well-done steak. And she was beautiful, though, but she was just unwilling to change. She was just unwilling to change. But you know, it's nothing for me. They come a dime a dozen. And a dime a dozen with what money? This is crazy.
And being able to stand on principle and not allow.
And then another thing I forgot to mention, it's so interesting how men will list all of these things about what makes a woman, and they conveniently slide in how money does not make a man. They'll list all of these shallow, all of these just surface level things that make a woman. But the number one thing that's shallow that makes a man doesn't make a man. Interesting how that works. Isn't it? It's interesting how that works. So a woman's dress size makes her a woman. A woman's femininity, her being submissive and all of this stuff, makes a woman. But money does not make a man. That's crazy. That's crazy. So where are you living? Because the world that we live in, if you don't have no money, you don't have no place to stay. You don't have no money. You don't have no food to eat. You don't have no money. You don't have no car to drive. You don't have no gas to put in your car. If you have a car, you can't even get a bus pass without money. So it's just so convenient of them to list all of these shallow reasons. Don't be wearing no weave. Don't wear the fake nails. Don't have a gut. You know, your ass gotta be bigger than your waistline, and just all of these shallow things. But we can't talk about how you need to have some of that money. And these be the men that be wanting the shallow type of women because they have a shallow mindset. So they're not looking for true quality. They're looking for a woman based off of these shallow standards, and then they don't have money. That is so delusional. That is so delusional. He's definitely an incel because incels carry that mindset.
And not wavering. I'm not no guy who wavers for nobody. You know what I mean?
But can I say this? Only reason we got here, right?
At this point, pray for that baby because her daddy is an incel. Pray for that baby. Pray for that. And did you see how earlier he said his 26-year-old daughter, he's so proud of the fact that she got married, most likely didn't even raise her. But he was like, yeah, she's married. But you're 44, you're not married. And now you have 2 kids by 2 different women. What are you proud about? You probably didn't even help raise her. You don't even have money. That means you probably don't pay child support. This is crazy to me.
We got here because you said you judged the woman for ordering a well-done steak, and you said that she comes across like she doesn't belong in those environments.
Yes.
And I was just humbly disagreeing, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. I was just saying from my own personal world, I've been around a lot of very wealthy people and very well-in restaurants, and they can order their steak well. So I just think that if that is what your conclusion is, so be it. But I don't think that's a fair conclusion to say a person doesn't belong. I mean, if they were acting quote unquote ghetto to you in that environment, that's one thing. But to say because they wanted the steak well,
yeah, that's crazy to me.
Well, that's a great question. Well, just to piggyback that, I order for my woman, and when we go out to
you order for her. Okay.
Listen, he orders for his woman. Oh my God, y'all. Lord, I'm not reacting to part 2. I'm not. We just gonna get through this, but I think it's so interesting. Oh my God, I'm having an ADHD moment. I lost my thought just like that. I lost it. Damn. Oh, no. Okay. I remember what I was about to say. The reason why the well-done steak is such a big deal is because Just like this man is in a shelter with a baby with no money, he's big on perception. He only cares about that. He doesn't care about what it actually is. So he likes to be with those women that slide that debit card across the table, so everyone else doesn't see. So then when the waiter comes back to the table, the waiter thinks that the card is his and not hers. He's that type of man, but he ordered for her though, but she paid. He's one of those type of men. So if you were to date him, you got to slide that debit card, you got to slide that credit card, or you know what? You got to pull a millie and just, put him as an authorized user, because apparently that's just what you need to do. So yeah, that's why he cares about well done steak. It's because he really don't have it together like that. So he has to pretend like he does. So the well done steak is it's a deal breaker for him. Like, it's just such a deal breaker, because it breaks the smoke and mirrors. Like it just removes that illusion. Like, oh my God, the well done steak is what's going to do it. Cause he don't got no money.
Okay, now we're getting there. Okay.
Right. And so when we go someplace, Kendra, what would you like? You tell me that, excuse me, good evening, the lady will have X, Y, and Z. I'll have this. That's how I like to do my thing. I like for a woman to feel protected, feel safe, like a man knows what he's doing. I'm not one of these guys who, ask a woman, where she want to go and think. I'm taking.
How can you protect a woman with no money? How? No, seriously though. Seriously, let's really talk about it. As a single woman, me leaving the house with no money is dangerous. That is very dangerous. That is very freaking dangerous. I do not leave the house with no money as a woman. It could put me in some dangerous situations. Say I was to go out, anything could happen, and I don't have any money on me. How am I getting back home? I can't even get an Uber. I would just be in such a bad situation. So how can you protect a woman and you can't even provide? Like, that doesn't even make sense. You have to have finances. Good finances, not just finances, good finances. You have to be financially stable. So how are you truly protecting a woman? How?
Baby, we out. This is what we're doing. You'll know when we get there. Just know you with me, and I'm gonna take care of you. That's all you need to know. And okay. So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Yeah, I don't mean to be long-winded. I just when it comes to
you more than long-winded,
her not being able to at least try it, that to me signaled that she didn't respect my judgment. So if you don't respect
over a steak,
when I'm saying something like this, could it be later on you'll begin to question me later? And I'm one of them guys who I ain't letting nothing slide, because if I let it slide now, you'll think you can do it later.
You're going that aggressiveness.
And now you'll resent me because, like, wait a minute, you let it slide previously. And so that's madness to me. And a man must be suffering from some sort of psychosis if he allows that.
Okay, so now it's more so. Okay, so I'm just curious. We're going to steak, and then we're going to move on. What was the temperature you would like her to eat?
Well, I personally, I think you should eat it at medium rare. That's just me personally.
Medium rare?
Yes, ma'am. Now that's how a steak is supposed to be eaten. If you ask the professionals, right, the people that really, really do this, they said now some people will medium well, but the fact that she wouldn't even try it, you know what I mean? I took a woman to Egypt one time, Shalahash, Egypt. I'm probably one of the few guys that been out of town with all the felonies I got. Been out of the country. Kendra, you're gone. What's happening?
You can't see me. I can see you.
No, it's like your screen half black. I just want to make sure.
Is the screen half black to you guys too? It's not to me. So let me.
Okay.
I'm fine. They can see me. Can you guys see me?
I can continue. I just can't see you. That's all.
Okay, I can see me fine. They can see me too.
Okay, so be it. Then you just.
It's your phone.
Okay, so be it. But okay, what was I?
You were explaining that you went to.
You was lying about how you went out.
I'm one of the few guys, who done been all over the world, because I don't listen to nobody, and that's not cap. You know what I'm saying? That's because I got a passport, right? And that's because I don't listen to other people. And I noticed how another young lady that I took was she was very combative, and she once again would not listen. I'm trying to learn how to swim in the Red Sea. And I can't remember, it was something about me working out and her being upset about me going to work out. So the long story, the short of the long is, I allowed that because she didn't respect me anymore, and I should have been cut it off then. But I allowed something to slide that I should have never let slide. So that was a good lesson for me. I take that and I appreciate that. So now I internalize the lesson as a man should. Now I let nothing slide. I'm going to correct you on your behavior. If you cannot get in line with the kid, then you need to find you another guy.
So the Red Sea is what did it, y'all. This is not real. The Red Sea in Egypt is what did it, y'all. Is he for real? Do y'all believe that? I do not believe that. Listen. What I be telling you, men lie to women. That's what they do. That's what they do. You're broke now, so I don't understand why the passport needs to be mentioned. You being well traveled, all of that is in your past, sir. You're broke now. So what? Why the Red Sea? I don't get the story. I don't understand why that's important. You can't travel now.
Who you can talk to any type of way, or do what you want to do.
And he just admitted that he's a felon. Did y'all catch that? Yeah, he's a fraud. He's a fraud.
So be.
All right. So before we continue with that's my next question. We got
Right.
a lot of paid questions.
Yeah,
this one like.
You're going to get a lot of Kendra, by the way, excuse me.
He gonna get what? She gonna get a lot of what?
Kendra, I'm going to answer every single question, Kendra. I don't want anybody feeling left out.
So no, I might not give. Now one thing I'm gonna do also is control my show. So we won't read all super chats because we got my questions too. Okay.
Okay. I just want you to know that I'm open to that.
You're open to it. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Here we go.
I ain't ducking no smoke.
The world said, if you're up here looking for love, who's at Chuck E. Cheese making the pizza? I guess he's trying to imply you work at Chuck E. Cheese.
Not really Chuck E. Cheese, brother. But okay. My man's pizza spot. I don't want to put him. I don't want to put him in a bad light for what I say.
Okay.
So now I don't know that, man. I don't want to Chuck E. Cheese. But if I did, brother, it's still job.
Oh my God, this is hilarious.
And you have a newborn. You shouldn't even be ordering steak at Applebee's.
Great question, brother. I don't eat steak, and I don't eat steak at Applebee's, and listen, man. I'm gonna say this, Kendra.
Oh my God.
You have a lot of weak black men that simp on your show. They're a lot of cowards. They're raised by single mothers. They lack intestinal fortitude and guts, and so it's easy to make these comments and the thing, brother. I've been all around the world. I've been to France. I've been to Prague. I've been in the streets. I've been in the slums. I've been in the hole. Listen, man, there's very little that has happened in this world that I haven't seen or been a part of. And so all of it is shaking. So I'm not going to really address a lot of guys with these feminine comments, Kendra. I'm just not like a lot of these
feminine comments
that we are on the show in your chat. They're very feminine, and I'm a very, very, very masculine man. So I'm not really going to address them. If the ladies want to ask questions, I'm ask questions as well.
Okay. So now you don't want no questions from me.
This is too funny.
No, I mean, I'll answer them. It's just, like when you say, like, I have a newborn, brother. And I shouldn't order steak. I haven't had one in a while. But when I do order, I do it a certain caliber of way. And I never let the money make me, brother. I make the money.
Okay, let's keep it going. What mode for you?
Yo, he said, I haven't had a steak in a while. How long has it been? Was it when you was in that damn Red Sea and that's when it all ended for you? Like, what's tea? I don't understand. He's like, I haven't had a steak in a while. Well, how long? How long has it been, sir?
He said, since you said traditional, pizza making pays all the bills?
Pizza making pay all the bills?
They going in on him.
Pizza making pays all the bills. Currently, no. Currently, no. But I'm doing okay, though. We floating.
How are you paying for your bills if pizza making doesn't pay all the bills?
Well, I have a couple little things. Like I said, I told you I wouldn't get into everything, but I'm absolutely legal. In the end, I take care of my daughter, and it's just she and I, and that's what's we don't want for anything.
Okay. Stacey said you didn't see the red flag before you got her pregnant.
That's a great question, Stacey. That's a great question. In truth, yes, I was being thirsty, man. You know what I mean? I was putting my Johnson on the crack table. But
you see the excuses they come up with for I was being thirsty. I'm a man. What does that have to do with anything, sir? So you bypassed all of that. You impregnated this woman and you knew she would not be fit to be a mother. Interesting. But you're mad at single mothers, but you impregnated this lady and you knew she was unfit to be a mother. Okay.
Tell you something else, Stacey. If you really want to know the truth, this girl saved me, and I probably was on my way to the feds. In truth, and so she did more than the government ever.
Okay, so industrialist is all starting to make sense to me now, because I'm like industrialist. What kind of industrial work are you out here doing? Okay.
Because she gave me something to love when I didn't have anything. And so for that, I'll always be grateful. And I love my daughter immensely, and her mother, for whatever she is or isn't, she doesn't stop me from being a father. I'm not dragged through courts because I don't play that court game. So there's no issues there. There's nothing a woman has to worry about in that regard. There's not any of that. It's a very clean slate.
Sir, you can't even get a decent job. Are you even covered under the union with the fact that you have felonies under your belt? This is crazy. And I'm assuming no, because you're in the shelter. So no, you probably aren't protected under the union with the felonies that you do have.
I do respect her for that. So I hope that answers your question.
Okay.
This is crazy.
Before we go to the next question, you guys like this video on YouTube. We have, let me see. Right now we got more than almost 5,000 people watching from YouTube alone. You know, we do have a Facebook show too. Like the video. It's free to like the video, free to subscribe. No excuses. Like the video on YouTube. Okay. Chandra said your baby mom is not a bad person. So in your past life, as you say, be honest, were you pimping?
No, I was not pimping, and I don't want to say she was a bad person. I'll tell you this, man. I don't really like to go around passing judgment in that regard, because whatever she was, I was with her, right?
Remember I told y'all this man was a pimp earlier in this life. Remember when I told you this man was a pimp earlier? So he knocked up one of his. Interesting. Okay.
So I think that's a very, very feminine way to look at the world from my perspective. I'm not saying, I don't go around trying to, throw rocks and hide my hand.
This is crazy.
I like this. The creator knew what he was doing because he gave me her, and for the plans I had, they never materialized, and it was the way he wanted it. So I love my daughter immensely, Kendra, and I'll tell you something else. It's not my job to keep her. As much as I love her, she don't belong to me. It's my job to raise her to be an honest, virtuous young woman and then give her to a man who has been vetted and qualifies. It is not my job to keep her. That is my job. And so I take my duty and my responsibility extremely serious.
Okay. He has a white baby mother, but wants a black woman to step up and be a mother.
Ooh, wait.
I love black women. I was in West Virginia, and there's no really pretty black women in West Virginia. So
what?
Yes, she was her mother's wife. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Brian said, I just joined and can see through bro BS. This fool's a goofy, but the women and men that come on the show, you still entertaining nonetheless.
Okay, brother. Wish you the best. Thank you for your comment.
Okay. Lord of Leon said, you can have your preferences, but childless people, men or women, generally find it challenging.
You know what I love? It's mainly men going in on him. That's what's so funny about it. And they just let them have it too.
To be considerate for parents and date them fairly. I recommend dating a mother. He said you should date a woman with kids.
Oh, that's your opinion? You entitled to it, brother. Salute.
Okay. I'm going to take more than their opinion and go back to mine. All right. Does the woman have to look a certain way?
Yes, that's a great question. I like pretty women, but not overly. I would say
What? This is crazy.
I take a 6 with an 8 body. You know what I'm saying? 6 in the face. As long as she's cute. 6 is cute. 7 is pretty. 8 is cold. 9 is she land like that. I don't do 10s. I don't believe in perfection. So that's kind of my 5 is kind of it's a little low.
Okay, so 6 with an 8 body.
Yeah, at a minimum. Yeah.
I don't do ratings, but when someone does, I ask them to rate themselves. So what do you do? What's your rating?
I would say I'm probably a 6. I would give myself a 6. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, real quick, all this leadership that you want in your relationship, are you going to be the 100% sole provider as well?
Yeah, I believe in providing for my woman. Absolutely.
Okay. Should she make a certain amount of money?
No.
Wait, what job?
Let me say this, Kendra. A woman doesn't have it is not only a man's duty, but it's his honor to provide for a woman who respects him. So that would be the easy part. You know what I mean? Like I'm not ever going to ask a woman to now. Do I have a problem with the woman being successful? No. As long as she recognizes that your money don't trump me being a man, and you think you can come in and tell me.
He's trying to reel a woman in and just to pimp her out. That's it. That's it. He has no intentions on providing for any woman that actually is taking him serious. And I hope no one is taking him serious. But, there's always that 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. So this man just wants to reel a woman in just to pimp her out and be an authorized user on her credit card, and then have a shared banking account. That's it.
What to do? I'm not. Listen, Kendra, I'm not in these corn. Let me just be honest. Let me door to sleep. I'm not in them cornball ass niggas in your chat. Them niggas is hoes for real. Like my daughter sleep. I can probably get a little bit more realer. A lot of these guys, they're very soft and they act like women. You wonder why your woman treats you like one. Bro, I've been getting it all my life. So you guys who come on and trying to make these little, these feminine comments, trying to throw jabs, bro, it's war off a duck back. I've been there. Been to the bottom of hell and looked Satan in the face. You can't tell me nothing.
Okay, awesome. Let's do the Kendra Kim.
Yes, ma'am. You knew that was coming. All right. Kendra.
Well, this is a nice outfit.
Thank you, Kendra. Thank you.
Okay, we see you. And I do appreciate you dressing so well.
Oh, for sure. I appreciate you, sister. I appreciate you having me on. Actually, I was trying to figure out what I was going to wear, so I was throwing something together real quick. A lot of my stuff is old, because I buy everything for her. But
Okay. I don't necessarily agree with everything you say, but I can respect your point of view.
I'm not looking for agreement. That's
right. I can respect your point of view on things, whether I agree or not. But
yes,
either way, let's continue. And then we got more big questions. So let me
Crazy.
When was your last relationship?
About 2. What is this? I'll say about 2 years ago. Girl, about 2 years ago.
You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
It's been a little while. It's been a while.
3 flaws you have to work on.
That's a great question. I'm hoping that a woman can come in my life and help me with organization.
It's been a while.
Sometimes my suits, my shoes, Louis Vuitton bags, stuff be all over the place. And so I like a woman, I've lost them, so I would like a woman who's extremely organized, who can help me there. I would like, that's the double flaw of mine. I have this tendency, I think sometimes I block my own blessings. I've done that, Kendra. I block my own blessings at times. And that's not a good thing. A lot of times a man has to get out his own way. So that's something that I struggle with. And also, another thing, I need to learn how to be a bit of a better listener. I don't know everything, right? And so there lies that I need to be a better listener as well.
Okay.
But a lot of times people are just stupid.
Say again, sir?
It's not because y'all can, but a lot of people are just stupid. So I'm not, so it's hard for me to entertain stupidity. But if you're saying something of substance and things of that nature, then I need to be able to take that information in.
Okay. Now, I'm going to go back to some more paid questions, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So Rita said you believe in physical discipline. Are you saying you would hit your woman? I missed that. Physical
discipline is for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
say it again, your phone pause.
Yes, physical discipline is for me. I believe in physical discipline for me. I'm very hard on me.
Okay.
So that is, no, I don't hit I think a lot of women, they've had trauma because they mess with guys and they jump in a man's role. The woman that I'm looking for knows her place and I know mine, so we don't even have those issues.
Okay. Danny says he needs to act his way. He is delusional.
Okay.
Mia says black women are not interested, sir. We are not second to others. Stick to what you know.
Or she might be one of the ones with who kids she don't qualify. Brother, you know how good I look with playing with me. Quit playing with me. Hey, Kendra, let's stop the playing. Let's stop the fake humility. You know what it is. You just don't qualify, baby. That's okay. That's all right. I still wish you the best, sister.
And what do you think she doesn't have to qualify?
Say it again.
What do you think she doesn't have to qualify for you?
I don't know. Maybe something I said. What I've noticed, Kendra, I'm gonna be honest. Let me just get real on here. This country is very particular, or this country is like certain black men. They like either some sucker, simp, some ball player who's gonna run, jump, step, and fetch. Some comedian who can tell jokes, or whether he's of an alternative lifestyle. Those are the type of black men this country is very comfortable with. I've noticed this from my life experiences. This country is very uncomfortable with strong, capable black men who stand on what they say, mean what they mean, and do things their own way. So I really don't have a problem with that. I've noticed that a lot at my daughters. Whenever I take my daughter places, and I've noticed a lot of that. So it has been black women who have hated a black man taking care of his child alone the most.
What?
That's facts. So, and it's funny, the same women that black men don't take care of their children, but yet here I am doing what you said that black men don't do. So, like I said, I don't subscribe to none of that, Kendra. It's all phony, it's all cap. When I come through smelling like Creed, looking like I look, you know what I'm saying? 6'1". Hey, what's up, baby? What's happening? Yeah, you be ready to go. So that's why I say, Kendra, it's all cap for real. It's just the internet.
Lord of Leon said, KG, bro is trolling, sincerely wasting your time. You say you're not trolling though.
We done met through that. I ain't going back there.
Okay, we'll keep going. Your Maya said, was he a pimp? Is this what?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. That man is not 6'1". I'm 5'10". I know. That man is not 6'1". That man is 5'10" on a good day. On a good day. He 5'10" on a good day. On a good day. That, like, talking about he's some 6'1". That man is not 6'1", y'all. He's not 6'1".
What past he's referring to? I'm confused.
Men always lie about their height until they stand next to a tall woman.
Because either it has to be the street pharmaceuticals in the streets at 43 is nuts.
Yeah, I was on the streets. I've never been a pimp. I've never been a pimp.
It was in the streets. I think you said it a couple times.
Yeah.
December Neal said, why do goons think they deserve a classy, sophisticated woman? You're a goon, so be happy with a goonetta, Mr. Felony.
It's a great question, brother. First of all, because I'm a man and I don't ask for what I want, I take it. So that's what you don't know. And another reason is because I deem it so. I create my own reality. So when I say so be it, that's what it is. And I've never had a problem getting women ever in my life. And I won't have a problem now, Kendra. I'll come back and tell you the women that hit me up. I'll go through and vet them and see who qualifies and who doesn't. So that's, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't, a lot of guys, like I said, once again, Kendra, they lack masculinity. These guys never did push-up, they never boxed, they never had their bloody nose. Let me say something, Kendra. Man, this needs to be said. I'm not strong in me. I'm strong because the Creator made me so. I've been broken. Let me say that again. I've been broken. I've been broken in pieces. And I built myself up with the help of God alone. And there was no one there. So no one on this internet, no one in reality. I've stood tall in more situations than you can ever count. And I've been doing it so long, it's so natural. So I don't subscribe to none of that. Like I said, once again, brother, you need to come Gizmo and the Goon. That's my YouTube channel, and I man you up, brother. We get
But we're not gonna do that.
My bad, kid, like I say, these guys need to man up, dog.
If we talk it long, I'm gonna get a few more. Hold on.
Yeah.
Why would women with options sign up for this? That's what it meant.
Did he just try to plug his YouTube channel? He got a podcast? This is so typical.
Who said?
Okay, baby.
You got a response? You want to answer that one?
You want to give me a kiss or something? You like the way I look? Huh?
Well, Miss Blue's question is, why would a woman with options sign up for this?
Hey, look here, baby. I ain't never had a problem getting women. I've never had a problem in my life getting women, ever.
So then they would say this. Why did you call Kendra if you could get women so easily?
That's a great question, Kendra, because number one, I did your platform, and I wanted to come. I've been supporting you for a while. Whether you didn't like what I said, whether you blocked me on the super chats, I'm not a troll. I got better things to do in my. I'm sorry, say it again.
I'm not sure what you said.
Okay, well, Kendra, I have better things in my life to do than troll people. Okay, so I don't live on the internet to troll people, and that's number one. And so what I want to do is come on here and let a little bit of my story be known, and see if the woman that I'm looking for is closer than I think.
Okay.
She
said, how long were you in jail? You're a single mom, but you're bashing them. You sound controlling.
Okay, I'll do your first part first. I did about 16 years total. I've been there 3 times.
Damn!
You're a single man. First of all, I don't bash anything. I'm a realist. I'm a pragmatist. So I think a lot of times, I'm not a man who deals in emotions. I deal in facts and logic and mathematics. I'm not into hyperbole and conjecture. I'm not into none of that. So I deal with only what can be quantified. It's a bad bet for me. And another reason too, Kendra, since she's so bothered by my comment that I don't date single mothers, what happens is when I like the kid and she decides she wants to move on, I have no access to the child anymore. And we know that women tend to walk away. And like I said, there's a certain story that I wanted to tell, but I'm not going to tell it because it involves something very, very personal, and it was death behind it. So I won't get into that.
Yeah, don't tell it. Keep it to yourself.
I won't get into that. However, I know I'm wise. It's a bad bet for a man to take that. But now if another guy wants to do it, that's up to him. I don't care what another guy does.
It's a bad bet for a man to date a woman with kids?
It's a bad bet. Kendra, you gamble?
I don't actually.
Okay, you smart then. I play a lot of blackjack. Some bets are just a bad bet, right? Now I'm terrible at gambling, but some bets are a bad bet. And that's all it is to it. Now that's for me. It's a bad bet. That's all.
I guess awesome. I do hear this at times about men not wanting to date women with children, but usually they're men without kids. So I think the reason why there's a lot of, I guess, contradiction or double standard is because you're saying it's a bad bet for you to date a woman with kids, but yet you also want a woman to come in to be the mother to your 9-month-old. So why would you not be a bad bet?
That's a great question, Kendra. I love how you ask great questions. You know what I'm saying? Here's the answer to that. Life is full of double standards.
Say again?
Life is full of double standards. I'll give you an example. There are certain things that men can do that women cannot do. I don't bring my problems to my woman. When I have to cry, when I have pain, I take my pain to the Creator. I don't bring my problems and trauma dump on my woman. She can do that to me, and she can know that she can feel safe in that space and know that I should have the answer to whatever she prescribes.
With what
You know
money?
what I mean? So there are differences. I'm not asking a woman to come in and support me financially. I have to take on the financial response. I'm not splitting $1 of my money with another man's seed. I'm not doing it, and I don't give a blank what.
You don't have the money to do it.
Whether or not, because here's the thing: if I buy a pair of shoes for my Kendra, hold on one second, hold on.
And why is he sweating? Am I the only one that's noticing he's starting to sweat?
Uh-oh. Kendra, you back?
Yes, we're here.
Okay. Wait, Kendra, I'm terrible with this stuff. Hold on. Hold on, I got your thing messed up. Okay, there.
I can see you. You trying to
Okay,
the baby
these are
girl?
type of dresses. Thank you. These are type of dresses that I buy my daughter. These $50 dresses. Like, here's the thing: if I had another, like, I'm not like, what do you think I'm about to buy that for another man's child? Like, I'm not doing that.
I think the key to this is you are going to be a sole provider. So what he's saying is because he's spending the money, he's not asking a woman to come in.
This is
and
crazy,
spend her
y'all.
money. This is why he's
So
giving
crazy.
the request. You have no children. I think the opposite is when women, and again, this is not, I'm just explaining whether we agree or not. This is a true component to acknowledge because at times when women have children, they still want a provider, which means the request is the new man would be paying for their children. What he's saying is come with no kids and you're not paying for nothing.
Yeah,
right?
once things, because here's the thing, I'm not where I want to be right now, but I'm working on something, right? I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not into telling all my business and things of that nature. But I'll tell you this: any woman that's messing with me, she's messing with a winner. That's all I'm gonna say on that. So you don't have to worry about anything if you qualify. That is, but your job is to, because I would like for my daughter.
And that baby not gonna be in that dress that long. Trust me, I know. That baby not gonna be in that dress long at all. That was a waste of money. That was stupid. I don't know why he spent $50 on that damn dress. He could have went to Walmart and got some cute dresses for her if it was really that serious. But he's all about perception. That's why the well-done steak is such a big deal for him. Even though he can't even go to a steakhouse. So
to be home, I would like for her to learn sign language and piano lessons and private school. You know what I mean? Like, these things are serious, so I wouldn't.
And I don't want to deep dive in your business, but people will say that's a lot from a pizza salary.
Kendra, like I said, I'm not gonna get into everything. Kendra, everything ain't what you see. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
So you still in these?
Did you want to paint the pizza job as an illusion?
I knew it. He's still in these streets, y'all. He's still in these streets doing things on the side. That's all that was. He's still in the streets.
No, I do that. That's Kendra. I haven't lied to you about anything.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm gonna get to my last question, then I'll wrap up the last paid questions. You have a lot more. Why would a woman be lucky to be with you?
Oh, Kendra, come on. Let's be honest. A woman is very. I'm a very, very rare man. I'm a very rare man who has been through what I've been through, but also ruined himself. And because I've been broken, it has made me stronger. It's made me harder. And so I've been able to return and be the best version of me. So she's getting the absolute best version of a black man she could possibly get. There is no, you can put me in a room with anybody. Any of them guys you know, any of them guys they know, I'm always shine. I don't care about no money. I can't be bought. I'm not for sale. I've never done anything that I'm not proud of. There's nothing that can ever be said about me that you know what I mean, that I've done that's, you know what I mean, like, so, she would be lucky in that regard. She would know she's protected. She would know that she is safe. She would know that she's dealing with a man who can handle his business, who knows how to deal with circumstances, who does not bag up or fold under pressure. All of these things matter, which a lot of these
Awesome.
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
Oh, we got frozen.
Oh, Lord. Oh.
We got frozen, awesome. Is it frozen all the way? Is it gonna come back in? Let me see if it's gonna come back in, y'all.
I think that, did he come back on?
Awesome. Either, sir. Well, Miss Blue says she don't want them. Sounding like for those of you who think the gospel music.
Listen, that's crazy, y'all. Okay, so he takes the cake for me. Out of all the women that have came up here, he takes the cake for me. Woo! Yeah, he takes the cake for me. Anyway, I do believe he will find someone. I do. I know there's a black woman out there that would most likely take up that all of that load that he carries with him, all of that burden that he carries. He gonna find somebody that will definitely work with him. So it's just not shocking, but it's just like he is very delusional about life, about himself, about his past, about his future, about his daughter, about women. I mean, he has a lot of work to do. I don't know what woman would actually sign up for that headache, but I'm not wasting my time with part 2. I'm tired of these type of people coming online being delusional. And then we looking at them, listening to them, and we just like, are you okay? Or is everything okay upstairs? Because it doesn't seem like everything's okay up there. So I'm not interested in part 2. I'm good on him. He's just another one of them passport bros. He's another one of them red pill incel men that truly have nothing to offer to women. And the type of woman that he wants, he can't get access to, which is why he's on YouTube promoting himself in hopes that a desperate woman will seek and find him. So that's really it. Now, when it comes to this video, Keke Palmer, like I said, I really think she's bringing Johnathan Majors on so that she can warm up her fans to bring back her baby daddy Darius back into the picture so she can create this happy family image. And then I was going to do a Terrence Howard video, but I'm just not going to have time. So I do apologize. But mainly the main reason why I wanted to talk about Terrence Howard was because one thing I've noticed about people who reach certain levels of success and status, they are able to enter into certain rooms and rules change. And if you don't know who you are, if you don't know what you stand for, if you don't have principles about yourself, then you are going to be easily influenced by those who change rules when you are able to enter into certain rooms. So you have to stay true to who you are, and you can't allow money, status, fame, opportunities to blind you from what truly matters in life. And a lot of people get in certain positions, especially when they get certain opportunities, and they forget how they got there, and they forget how integrity is still important. Because again, like I said, when you enter certain rooms, and I've seen it, like y'all, I've been in LA, I've seen people just snort coke up their nose, and I'm just like, what the hell? Like, what the hell? And it's rules change, you know, rules change when you enter certain rooms. Also, when you enter certain rooms, people feel like they can do certain things, they can get away with certain things. They can sexually intimidate you. They can grope you. They can do certain things because the rules are different, because they have money, they have status, they have fame, they have a name. So they have a public image. So a lot of people think that they can get away with certain things. Same thing like this whole thing with rappers, right? We know rappers are not meant to be faithful. Right? So it doesn't matter if they marry. The rules change because he's a rapper, or the rules change because that man is famous, so he doesn't have to be faithful in his marriage. It's all around you. So if you don't have principles about yourself, you're going to get caught up in this world. And let me tell you something about the world that we live in. It's very dark. So it will chew you up and spit you out. So you better know who you are. And I wouldn't become worldly, because becoming worldly would mean that you would lose yourself. That's all I'm going to say. You will lose yourself. And people sell you pipe dreams. They sell you pipe dreams. Terrence Howard, he was talking about, let me see if I can pull it up. I think his name was Bryce Shear. His son that played on, what was his hit show on Fox? I forget the name of that damn show. Empire. What he's describing in that video is what happened to that man. If you haven't followed him, I've seen him on Bryce Shear. Am I saying his name right? Gray. If you've seen his downfall, it's because that is what Terrence Howard is talking about. That is what he's talking about. And it's very disturbing. I've seen some of his videos on Twitter X. Very, very sad. Very, very disturbing. And I think that is a great example of what Terrence Howard is truly, truly talking about. So there just has to be certain things that just don't waver in you. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter what opportunities are promised to you. Like, you just have to make sure that you're not willing to compromise who you truly are. But sometimes when you don't know who you are, it's easy to compromise certain things about yourself because you didn't give yourself that room to truly find yourself. So know who you are, know what your principles are, so that you're never put in a situation where like we see a totally different man compared to when he first got on Empire to where he is today. That is so sad. That is so sad. I see people making fun of him. I see people talking down on him, and we don't know like what he's witnessed or what he's experienced or anything like that. But his behavior is very disturbing to me. So I wouldn't wish that on anyone. But that's all I'm going to say, y'all. I'm going to end the live here. Please give this video a thumbs up. I'm going to be gone for about a week. I may pop in if I can and do a voiceover type of style video because there may be some things that I want to react to while I'm gone. But if I don't, I will just see y'all when I get back. So thank you for tuning in. Please give this video a thumbs up and I'll catch you in my next one. And listen, keep your ears to the streets. Let me know what's going on. So when I get back, whatever I missed, I can talk about. Okay. Don't be afraid to send me a DM or an email or something like that. Or if you're in my Discord room, send me, the videos or whatever that may be going on while I'm gone. And then also I do have new content up on my Patreon, and I have another content video on my second YouTube channel if you're interested. So let me know. I also have some content on my TikTok. So just tap in. I'll see y'all later. Thank you for joining me. All right. Good night.